Hi, I'm Veronica. How are you today? Happy Monday. Happy to be with you today. Today we're going to be talking about core beliefs and how to change them so that you can manifest your greatest desire fast. Now, this could be manifesting a specific person. It could be manifesting a better job, manifesting more money. It could be manifesting pretty much anything. Hi there to the people that have just joined. So, we're talking about core beliefs today. Basically, core beliefs are the things that help you align with the experiences that you want. So, for example, if you want to manifest a particular desire, you have to find alignment with it. And if you can't believe that you are capable of having a particular experience, you can't actually experience that reality because it's not part of your belief system. I know a lot of people talk about the subconscious mind and its power, but I believe that you can reprogram your subconscious mind, that it's not this mysterious thing that has control over you. You actually have control over it. So in changing your core beliefs, things like affirmations can help. The reason why affirmations help is because they help instill new thoughts in you, but affirmations don't work for everyone, and the reason for that is because sometimes affirmations become repetitive and they become just like things that you're saying that you don't actually believe. And that's why affirmations don't work for everyone. But the point of something like an affirmation or a vision board or visualization is to do just that, is to help reprogram your mind. But again, sometimes these things can feel like work. They can feel like lies. They can feel not real. And then what happens is you end up getting more frustrated and feeling like you're even further from your desire instead of feeling like you're closer to it. So the way I think is best to reprogram your mind, to reprogram your beliefs, is to really look at your dominant thoughts during the day. You know, the thoughts that you're just having, you're just kind of having randomly. You're having pop into your mind these beliefs about yourself and what you are capable of. In terms of relationships, if you're struggling in a current relationship, you may have some core beliefs that you are not worth a relationship or that relationships are hard. A lot of times from a young age, we see relationships around us failing. So we get into the mindset that relationships are going to be hard, that, sometimes if you grew up maybe with a single mother, you might have the idea that men don't treat women very well, that they leave, that you might have abandonment issues because of that. And again, we're trying to pose new suggestions in your mind, so any past failures, any past limiting beliefs can be squashed, and we can suddenly start to embody these new beliefs that can help us align with the things that we really want. So in finding alignment, I find that posing simple suggestions of possibilities can really help. Also, looking to others as role models. For example, seeing someone else that has in fact achieved the thing that you are trying to achieve, you can say to yourself, well, it's possible. For example, maybe this person that you're looking to has reunited with their ex, or maybe this person attracted a specific person that they had a crush on, or maybe were first friends with, or maybe this person attained a particular job that you would love to attain. In any case, it's examples that other people have done it, so it is in fact possible. So I think in first reprogramming your beliefs and in reinforcing a new belief system, as long as you can see that other people have done it, you can see that it is in fact possible, and you can say to yourself, well, maybe I could do that too. And I think that all goals start with a simple form of saying that it is in fact possible. You want to take baby steps. You don't want to jump to these bold statements. And that's why affirmations sometimes don't work, because they can feel like these bold, huge statements that feel like blatant lies. Whereas if you pose these simple suggestions, you can better help reinforce new core beliefs. I do want to say that beliefs are developed through time, so don't be hard on yourself. Don't expect yourself to change within 24 hours. Just be really aware and mindful of the kind of things you think about, and the way you perceive life, the way you judge life, the way you judge what you're worth. But that really is how you manifest something fast. And once you can kind of get a hold of these sorts of things, you can start to manifest things really quickly. Like these things that seem so elusive and so impossible to get, can actually come to you really simply, really easily, really powerfully. Okay, so the next portion of this video is I am going to be taking questions. I do need a sip of water first. So let me go take that. I hope you all had a nice weekend. I saw a movie. I saw Bohemian Rhapsody. I am a huge Queen fan, and it's a great movie if you just love some really great music. Basically, it's a movie that is completely music. So you get to enjoy Queen for 2 hours. I think it's 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I do love that Freddie Mercury loved cats. I think that that is one of the most fun parts of the movie, is his devotion to his cats. Okay, so that's what I did this weekend. And honestly, I love movies. They're a great form of escapism. If you're trying to manifest and you're like hitting a brick wall and you're like, I need a timeout, go see a movie. Honestly, it's a great form of escapism. It can make you feel good. It can help take your mind off of things. Okay, so let's take some questions, and I will try to devote in-depth answers to your questions because I do want to help you succeed, and let's do this. Okay. How to change friendship into romantic relationship quickly. I see this question come up a lot, actually, and I think that a lot of you are feeling frustrated in your current situations because you're connected with this person, you're a friend with them, but for some reason it just hasn't hit that romantic quality yet. And if you're in a situation like this, I would really try to stay away from pining after this person, like yearning for them, really obsessing over them in a certain way. Because I think a lot of times when someone is in your life, yet they're not romantically in your life, you can have the tendency to really kind of fixate on them a lot because you wonder, well, why aren't we romantically together? When are we going to be romantically together? What is wrong with me? Why is this person seeing someone else? Those sorts of questions. So if you do have someone in your life you want it to turn romantic, I would say stop waiting around for it to. Stop waiting for that person to change it to a romantic situation. Instead, I would kind of distance yourself a little bit, not necessarily physically, but just kind of emotionally from that yearning and from that needing. And kind of do your own thing and try to feel like that relationship part of you is already fulfilled in some way. Like you may not have them as a companion, but you can still feel the feeling of being in love, especially being in love with yourself. And when you can really connect with that, connect with your ability to be in a relationship. I think a lot of times these kinds of situations stay stagnant because you don't believe that you can be in a relationship. Or a part of you kind of feels more comfortable being stuck in lack. So get ready for this change, but don't put your life on hold. Just live your life. I think that is one of the most important things to do. And that advice really can go for any type of situation. Okay, how can I get a specific person back after he told me to move on after I broke up with him because of the past? That's an interesting one. Well, if someone told you to move on, I think a lot of times people say things in the spur of the moment. A lot of times they say things they don't mean. A lot of times we are harsher than we mean to be. If you've ever been in a fight with someone or been in a really heightened emotional situation, you can find that you will say things that you don't mean, and you can be really harsh, and you can say things that you regret later. So if anyone has told you to move on in that way, like if there's an argument or something, a lot of the times they may not have really meant it in their heart. They just said it in the heat of the moment out of frustration. So one of the best things to do if you do not want to move on is to kind of say, well, clearly if this person told me to move on, they do need some space right now, and I am going to respect that. I'm not going to force myself on them. I'm going to give them some time and some space to get into a more peaceful state of mind where we can come together again. Now, if you did break up with this person, I don't think it matters who broke up with who. I mean, whenever there is a breakup, there are hurt feelings. So I think trying to resolve those feelings within yourself first is the best way to come together in a better situation. When you wake up in the morning, just remind yourself, you may not be with a specific person. That doesn't mean you won't be with them in the future. Kind of live your life to the best of your ability. When you wake up in the morning, try to find other goals to work on. Don't sit around feeling hopeless, feeling like your life is on hold or your life is being paused because you're not with this specific person. How to make my life more full of life than now? That's interesting. Well, I think that in living life, depending on where you live, because obviously all over the world, we're all living sort of different experiences. Try to make the most of whatever you have available to you, whether or not you live in a city or a rural area, whether or not you're a student or you're working a full-time job, or maybe you have a family. Who knows what your dynamic may be, but trick is to really take a pause, because I think a lot of times we get so busy in our life, busy kind of doing nothing, busy just kind of staying busy, that we kind of forget to make the most out of the moment, to live life to the fullest. So kind of take a pause and allow yourself that pause, because if you're a workaholic or you're a busy person, you may not want to take that pause, but just do it and take a moment to just kind of assess what your options are around you. There may be a lot of things you want to do that you don't have access to doing, whether it's with a specific person or maybe you don't have the money to do these specific things. But do look at what you do have available to you and what is within your reach. And I would really make the most of it, because I think when you make the most of what you have, then the universe opens up doors to new experiences, to more money, to more love, to more success. But you have to start with being grateful with what you have first and make the most of that first. And I really think that's what gratitude is about. So if you can really say, you know what, I'm going to make the most of this home that I currently have. Maybe I want to attract a bigger home. Maybe I want a better car, but I'm going to take care of my current car as much as I can. I'm not going to treat it like trash and have trash all in the car and have it all disgusting with like pet hair everywhere. Like I'm going to treat it nice. And maybe I'll manifest a better car that's brand new, but I'm going to treat this old car really well. And that's kind of a metaphor for everything, because everything can kind of be seen in that same way. How do I bring a person closer to me if he is not interested in me, but I like him a lot? I think that people's opinions change all the time. You may find that you end up liking someone more or less. People can like you more or less. If you really like someone and you really want to be with them, I would try to present yourself as the best option. And what I mean by this is get some confidence, get some good feelings about yourself, treat yourself well, do your own thing, be independent. I think confidence and independence is one of the most attractive qualities. It isn't so much about what you look like. It's more so about your energy and your feeling within yourself and your security within yourself. There could be a supermodel, beautiful person that has zero confidence, and they could come across as a really meek individual because they don't believe in themselves. If you believe in yourself, you could be anything. You could be plain and you'd be absolutely gorgeous, because you wouldn't be coming off as that way. It'd be coming off as this radiant energy that would make you like the most beautiful person in the entire world. So if you want to make yourself attractive to someone else, don't push yourself on them. Don't force yourself on them. Don't think about, why doesn't this person like me? Why isn't this person attracted to me? Just go about being the best you can, and you don't even have to like be in their face. Like, don't be in their face, because they can feel your energy. We can feel the energy of everyone around us. In fact, like for example, every moment is co-created. This particular moment is co-created. I am co-creating with all of you. It's fun. I've attracted this moment. I decided to go on YouTube, and I've attracted all these people watching me. And likewise, you have attracted me. You believed, like, there's plenty of people out there that believe that I probably would go live at this particular moment. And maybe there's some new viewers that were looking for this type of advice that have attracted me in that way. But we're all attracting one another. Even you talking amongst one another are attracting the dynamics between one another. So I think it's really important to remember that we're all intuitively communicating with one another. We don't really know how we do it. We can't see the energy. We don't really understand how it works, because you can't really measure it in a scientific level, but it exists. It very much exists. So do remember that and be excited about life in that way. It's fun. Like, this moment is fun that we get to all be here and do this and experience things. How to manifest to be independently free money-wise. Well, money is an interesting thing because we all need it. It's like you can't live a life without money. You have to have money to be able to do things, to be able to live, to be able to feed yourself. And you want to have good experiences. Like, we all kind of want the same things. We kind of want security. We want a home that we feel safe in. We want companions. We want good food, good love. We want good laughter. We all kind of want the same things. We all have different personalities, but we want the same basic needs. So money can provide many of those needs. I know they say money can't buy happiness, and it can't specifically buy happiness, but it is a necessity in life. So to discount money is kind of silly. I think one of the best visualizations or the best feelings about money you can have is your ability to freely spend it. Because if you are freely spending it, and I don't mean on frivolous things, I'm talking about on experiences that you want to have, on your basic needs. If you can imagine being best friends with money and spending it, I think that you'll attract more experiences of receiving it. Now, receiving it could be through your current job, it could be through a job promotion, it could be through a job you haven't even started working yet. It could be through a creative endeavor, it could be through a gift, it could be through something you find. It could come from so many different sources. Like just the other day, I got a letter in the mail from a college I attended 10 years ago. Apparently they said I had never cashed a check, which I don't even remember receiving. It was only for $100, but they said that there was this uncashed check for $100 and did I want to claim it? Of course I wanted to claim it. So for example, I wrote back and I said, I never got this check. This was from, I think they said it was from 2009. I was like, never got it. Please send it to me. And you know what? They sent me $100. And that just kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that, but it was mine. It was money that just freely came to me. Apparently it was money that should have came to me in 2009. For whatever reason, I didn't attract it then, but I attracted it now. And money can come from all different sources. So just believe in that. Okay. Why does self-love feel uncomfortable? You know, I think the reason for that is that we're not used to appreciating ourselves in this way. I think a lot of times society tells us that we need to be selfless, that we need to appreciate others, but it's like they don't really teach us to appreciate ourselves. That is almost looked at as being conceited or being being selfish. Like you shouldn't say good things about yourself because you need to be humble. And you need to not think those things. But if you never believe in yourself, then how can you have any confidence? If you notice, confident people believe in themselves. Even if they have a false belief in themselves, they think too highly of themselves, they own it. They believe in themselves. Like I think I heard a story about Lady Gaga that before she made it big, people thought she was crazy because she kind of already saw herself as a superstar, even though she wasn't at all. And I think that is a great example of how she sort of prepared the way to be huge. I mean, she's completely huge and everybody, I mentioned her name, I'm sure everybody recognized who she was. So it's a great example of sort of starting from nothing. Had she not had that belief in herself, she would never have made it that big. So I think you have to develop some self-love. And again, it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel uncomfortable at first because you're not used to doing this. You're not used to saying good things about yourself. You're not used to putting yourself first. You're not used to treating yourself well in this way. So I think that you have to take baby steps. You have to be patient with yourself. You have to take it slow. Don't feel overwhelmed. It's going to feel weird to put yourself first and not put this other person first, or not put your mother first, to put your needs first. You're going to feel like, wow, this is strange. But just keep persisting. Self-love is one of the most important things because it shows you that you can, in fact, align with your desires, which will help you manifest fast. How can one eliminate the belief, I am not respected? Respect is an interesting thing, and it's definitely something that I have had to work on a lot in my own life, getting respect. And it's even in some areas that I find myself still having to work on. I'm not perfect. I'm still working on things. There's still areas in my life that need improving. I think that we never fully reach a perfect state because that'd be super boring. It's always things we have to work on. But in terms of feeling like you can be respected, again, kind of identify with what respect is, that it's possible to be respected. It's possible to be treated right. Even if someone is disrespecting you, you can even rewrite it in your mind how this experience should have gone. And then instead of being frustrated that it didn't go that way, Tell yourself, you know what? The next time a situation like this comes up, this person is going to respect me and be better to me. This person is not going to take advantage of me. This person is going to treat me in the way that I deserve really to be treated. I think a lot of times we don't allow ourselves to be respected because we don't respect ourselves. So again, we have to identify with how we really want to be treated first. Allow ourselves to feel good in our own skin. I think a lot of us hate ourselves. I think that is really a common thing that comes up. I know I've gone through periods in my life where I have absolutely hated myself. Like where you don't even want to look at in the mirror because you hate yourself so much and you think you're stupid and you think you're worthless and you think you're not capable of anything, especially when a lot of things are going wrong in your life. If you have a lot of multiple things happening at once, you tend to really hate who you are. And you have to start being comfortable in your own skin. If you have a lot of problems that are currently happening, know that there are solutions. There is a way out. Maybe you can't be all happy and smiley just yet, but that's okay. Some people aren't happy and smiley by nature. I've always been kind of happy and smiley, but I mean, there's different kinds of personality types, and that's okay. Just be yourself, own who you are, decide to be at one with who you are, and be accepting of yourself. But I think that you can welcome in respect also in the way you carry yourself, in the way you treat others. So if you want to be respected, try to be respectful to other people. For example, if you ride the bus, say thank you to the driver. I actually did that recently, and I was the only one that did. I think that a lot of the times we are not as recognizing of the people around us. So do be respectful. And I think a lot of times when you can put out that feeling, you can more readily get it back to you, especially in those close relationships where you feel you're being disrespected, maybe by a family member, a boyfriend, a specific person, a friend, brother, anybody. Own it with a heart. I like that. What to do if it is hard for my subconscious to believe affirmations I've been repeating for years. If you've been repeating the same affirmations for years, you gotta stop. Clearly, that's not the right method. And that is something that I was addressing earlier in the video, is that the reason why affirmations fail for so many people is because an affirmation in itself, you're not saying these magic words to get a particular result. You're saying these words to try to impress your subconscious. And it doesn't work in that way for everybody. So if you're saying the same affirmations and you have not gotten any results, you got to stop saying those affirmations first and foremost. And don't be afraid to stop saying them. Clearly, if you haven't hit the point by now, it's been a couple years, you got to stop. I would, I forget what the affirmations were. Let's see. I am first, best, and I love myself. Okay. So what I would do instead is I would try to do actions that show that you are first and best, and show that you love yourself. So that way you're not just saying things that are trying to make yourself believe this. You're actually showing yourself specific actions. And I would also avoid the contrary actions. I think a lot of times deleting those contrary actions are more important than saying an affirmation. Instead of saying a positive, if you can just kind of omit the negative, it's actually more powerful. So I think that trying to find a more relaxed state of mind, a more peaceful state of mind can really help you believe in these things. And again, look to others as role models. Look to others that have achieved love and have achieved being the best, and remind yourself you are no different than this person. No one has more luck than you. No one has it easier than you. No one is more entitled than you. We're all the same. So if someone else is having the kind of experience that you want, you can definitely have it. There's no reason why you can't have it too. Can I manifest him back in 2 months? Sure, why not? 2 months, 2 days, anytime. I mean, the universe doesn't know time. So sure, you could manifest in 2 months. But the trick is we're so obsessed with time, and we're like, how long is it going to take? Well, I'm going to contact them in 30 days if they don't say anything to me. We're also preparing the way for it to take all this time. And, oh, it's going to take 2 years. And what am I going to be doing in 2 years? I would kind of let's just free ourselves from the concept of time. Let's be okay right here in this moment. And let's believe that all experiences are available to us. And let's just kind of be comfortable in this moment, not look at it as defective, like he's not here, so I'm not going to be okay. Like that is not being comfortable in this moment. Another way to look at it would be, I would love to be with this person. That would be awesome. Let's just be okay right now and have a good time right now. Whenever that comes, it comes. That's good. I think that, at least in my life, the easiest way I manifest something is when I throw the idea out there and I just go about life. And even in bigger things, like when I was trying to manifest my house, I didn't obsess about it. I didn't say affirmations all the time. In fact, I didn't even say one affirmation. All I did was I was like, hey, I want this house. This would be perfect for me. And then I just kind of tried to take the steps towards getting it. And I ran into a lot of snags. Actually, it was not smooth, but it came to me and I'm there right now. So if you want things, be like, this would be perfect for me. This is exactly the kind of the relationship I want. This is exactly the kind of job that I want. This is exactly the kind of home that I would love to live in. Be like, that is me, that I'm aligning with it right now with the idea of it. And I'm just going to go about and be like, hey, this could be available to me. Let's see what happens next. Let's be excited for every new day. And let's just enjoy the moment. What to do when I miss my ex or crush? Well, we miss things, we miss people, and that's okay. Like, don't tell yourself, I can't miss this person because it's a negative thought and then I'm going to push them away. Don't do that to yourself. It's totally natural to miss someone. Recognize, yes, they are not here right now, but you know what? They could be with me in the future. So I may miss them right now and that may hurt. And even let yourself cry a little bit. Like, don't hold back the tears. Don't say I can't cry. Let yourself cry a little bit. Just don't cry all day. Put it in its right place. You don't want to ever become fixated on an idea or an emotion. You want to try to keep things as balanced as possible. I don't remember the actual question now. Oh, what do I do when I miss my ex or crush? That was it. Sorry. My mind just, it went out the window. So again, it's okay. Like that isn't focusing on lack. That's absolutely not focusing on lack. It's okay to recognize that you miss someone. Just remind yourself it doesn't have to be forever. Moments are constantly changing. This moment is going to change into a new one. And who knows what is around the next corner. And I'm going to be excited for that next day when something different is going to happen. What to do to be confident and beautiful? Well, I think beauty comes from confidence. I think believing in yourself. Again, you are special, perfect, unique, exactly the way you are. Never try to be someone else. Never try to be something that you are not. You do not have to be something different. All you need to do is be true to who you are and true to the things that you like. We all like different things. We all have different ideas of what happiness is. We all want to dress differently. We all want to act differently. We all have different personalities. And I would say completely 100% embrace yours. You are perfect exactly the way you are. You do not need to change yourself. Of course, self-betterment for your own, beliefs is fine, but don't do it because you think it's going to get someone else. Like if you want to lose 5 pounds, that's fine, but do it for yourself. Do it for your health. Don't do it because you're going to get a guy. You see what I'm saying? So you want to be true to who you are, be true to how you like to dress, how you like to act. I think that's where confidence comes from. And also believe in your dreams, like believe in the kind of life you want to have. If you are unsatisfied right now, believe that things can get better. You can get a different place to live. You can travel. You can have the experiences that you want. Even if you've had just bad luck your whole life, like things can change in this moment. We're all here for a reason. We're all here to create something better. I'm here to help you all create a better life because my life was really crap for a really long time. I'm laughing, but it's really not funny. I lost my parents at a really young age. I was in an abusive relationship for 5 years. I went through hurricanes. I went through bankruptcies, being displaced, being homeless, all sorts of things. And I'm laughing about it now, but it certainly wasn't funny at the time. I mean, I struggled with money. I was living in my grandmother's basement that flooded. I lived there for 5 years. I lived there to escape an abusive relationship, actually. And I mean, I definitely have not had it easy, but I have had made the most of my experiences. I decided to go back to school at 30. I went back for a piano degree, actually, and that's when my life started to change for the better. I do encourage going back to school. It really helped me, and I was 30 when I went back to school. And I was really uncomfortable to be around a ton of 18-year-olds. But I think that, just own it. Just be okay. Like, you can go back to school at any age, even older. Like, it doesn't matter. I say take control of your life. So, for example, I decided to make a change. I decided to start pursuing my dream of playing classical piano. And I did that at age 30. And things started to change for me in that moment. And once I started to take control of my life, things started to turn around. But it didn't turn around overnight. It certainly was a gradual process, and I just kept believing in myself. And I'm very happy with how my life is right now. But definitely, I did not have an easy life, so I can definitely relate to you. You are all struggling right now. And try to just believe, even if you're crying, even if you're having a lot of tears, that things can, in fact, get better, because they really can. Try to find any kind of happiness, any kind of comfort right now. It's great that we have YouTube now, because you can connect with people. Like right now, I'm live, I'm connecting with all of you. Like, that is a great source of being able to find comfort. And really just empower yourself with whatever you have available to you right now. I'm a firm believer that if you take advantage of the resources that you have right now, the universe will give you more resources. So you need to start somewhere. You can't just wallow in hopelessness. You can't wallow in failed relationships. You can't wallow in your failed job. You need to take some control and start making it happen. Start making those steps in the right direction, and then things can start. Life can support you. Like, literally, the universe will send you help. It's like it's sending you reinforcements to get better and to get a better income, better health, better money, better love. So really just keep believing in yourself. Hugs and lots of love from India for you. Lots of love to you too. I would love to go to India. I hope to go there one day. I really want to travel the world. I am going to Ecuador over New Year's. I will be live streaming from there. I'm super excited. I'm going to be going to a ton of different volcanoes. Hopefully, I don't know if they have Wi-Fi up there, but if they do, I'll live stream from there. But I'll definitely be live streaming there. I won't be available for coaching during that week, but definitely upon my arrival back, I expect to be dealing with a lot of emails and phone calls and coaching a lot of you. So, but I will be live streaming, so at least we'll be able to keep in touch that way. Let's see. I need a question. People are saying so many nice things. Time heals. That's definitely a good thing to keep in mind, that whatever you're dealing with right now, things can get better in the future, and things can be healed. Things can improve. Life is constantly changing, and I think that that is a wonderful thing to remember. It never stays the same. It's constantly in motion. It's constantly in change. So make the most of this moment. How do we practice self-love without meditation? You don't have to meditate to love yourself. Sometimes I don't have time to meditate at all, and that's okay. I would love to meditate more, though, because it's really relaxing. It's really peaceful. I like to meditate with my cats because I like when they purr, and they make me feel really happy and really calm. It's great. But I'm on the go so much right now that I seldom have time for meditating, and I love myself. So you definitely don't have to meditate to love yourself. Loving yourself is it's kind of about omitting those ugly thoughts. Like, I never think disempowering thoughts about myself. I never put myself down. I think a lot of times we do that. Like, for example, if we stub our toe, you'll say to yourself, "You're so stupid, you walked into that." We do that all the time. We also have fear voices that mock us, that say, "Oh, you're so stupid. You think you could be with this person. They don't want you. They're off with someone else." Like, you'll have this ugly voice that'll like mock you and taunt you. I think that self-love is about saying, "You know what, to that voice, screw you. You don't have to be a part of my life." Like, I have completely omitted that voice from my life, because that voice is a complete waste of time. It's like a bully that's inside of you. and really only you can deal with it. I mean, that bully doesn't have to exist. Think about it, like that voice that's taunting you, like, would you talk to your mother this way? Would you talk to your sister this way or your best friend this way? No. Like, this is an ugly voice. Like, just get rid of that voice. I think that is self-love. Like, you don't have to meditate. You just kind of have to get rid of that ugly, horrible voice. I don't see any questions. Somebody's retracting their messages. I don't know what that means. Let me have a drink of water and let's see if any questions come up. I hope you like the faces behind me. I thought it was sort of an interesting background. I love water. I try to drink 120 ounces per day. It makes me feel so hydrated and so wonderful. Honestly, water, it's amazing what water can do for you. It can make you lose weight. It can make your eyes feel better, your back, like all your muscles. Like, it can make you feel stronger. It's incredible how a simple thing like water just makes you feel so wonderful. What are your thoughts on twin flames? Well, I know that a lot of people talk twin flames, soulmates. To be honest, I really don't know what people say much about them. I mean, I know that it's like a connection and like in terms of bettering yourself when you find that twin flame. I mean, whenever someone asks me a twin flame question, I usually end up researching it because honestly, I don't really have much thought on it. I don't really like to put categories or labels on things. I like to try to keep things more simple. If somebody asks me a coaching question on it, again, I'll probably end up researching it because off the top of my head, I really don't know. I know that, it's good to feel a connection towards someone. And I really think that we can connect with just about anyone. I don't think that there's one particular person that we are supposed to be with or that's going to change our life or that is the only person we can ever be happy with. I think we can be happy with a ton of different people. And it's really just who you want to settle down with, who you think feels like home, who you want to have a future with. And I think different people come into our lives at different moments. And I think that it's all beneficial. I think that you always know if there's more to your story, like if there's unfinished business. For example, if you've never actually been in a relationship with this person, it feels unfinished because it feels like you want to explore that relationship. Or if you want to get back with someone, there's more to explore. And you always know in your mind and in your heart if there's more to your story. And believe in that story. It's like you're the author of your life. There's more to your story. Weird noises in the noses in the background. There are weird noses in the background. Somebody painted these people. I don't know why their noses are so weird. I don't know. I think it's fun though. They're kind of funny faces. It just happens to be the artwork on the wall. I thought it was interesting. Attract him back and attract him to marry me. Sure, why not? People get married all the time. I'm sure that if you interviewed 100 brides right now that are getting married tomorrow, I'm sure you will find that plenty of them actually had broken up at some point and got back together. It happens so often. I know that whenever you break up with someone, it feels like you can never be with this person again. Like it is the end of the world and it is final, but it's not. So many people break up and get back together all the time. Of course, you don't want to keep repeating this. The point I'm trying to make is that if you break up with someone, it's not final. Like you can still get back together, but you have to believe in yourself how you did at the start of the relationship. If you stay in the mindset of the break up, you are never going to get back with this person because you need to be in the mindset you were when you first attracted them. So keep that in mind. And in terms of getting married, see yourself as deserving that. See yourself as being able to celebrate in that way with your family and your friends. Don't look around at other people around you that are getting married right now and be jealous and be like, why isn't that me? Or why is my little sister getting married before me? It shouldn't happen. Instead, say to yourself, well, I'm happy for them. I'm next. How can I manifest my dog to come home? You know what? That is interesting because this past week, I've actually helped 2 people manifest their pets home. There was a kitten and there was a cat, and they both came back. And I've actually helped people in the past too. And I've actually manifested. My cat Gavin ran away for 3 days. My cat William also did too. This was a number of years ago. And they came home, and I think there's a story in The Magic or this, not The Secret, one of those books where she talks about a dog. And in terms of manifesting a pet home, you want to sort of fall asleep in the assumption that they are there. Imagine what it's like to feed them sleeping in their favorite bed, the sound of them, the smell of them, petting them. And I really believe that they can find their way home. Again, this past week, I was really happy that there were 2 success stories of people who had pets come home. And it's very exciting when that happens. I mean, it definitely can happen. If you look at the Secret website, there are plenty of testimonials. And whenever you're trying to manifest something like that, look to other stories. Other people's animals have come home. And I think that you want to believe that yours can find their way home too. And again, just try to imagine what it's like when they are home safe. Believe that they deserve to come home. Believe that there is a way. Because you always sometimes hear about these stories of these animals with microchips. Some of them that are like found after like 15 years or something like that. I'm not trying to say that you're going to have to wait 15 years. My point is that those animals did in fact come home. And I think that it's sort of this belief that you will be reunited with your pet. And I am a big animal lover, so I'm wishing you all the best. And I hope that your doggy comes home real soon. How can I be taller? Well, that's interesting because when I was 20, I did want to be taller. I did end up growing an inch. Now, it's interesting because at this time, I knew nothing about the law of attraction. I was just like, I want to be taller. I thought I had finished growing by age 13, but strangely enough, even my feet got a size bigger. It happened somewhere between like 20 and 22, and my feet got bigger and I grew an inch. And I honestly don't know how it happened. And it was a strange time to have a growth spurt, especially for a girl. Like, you don't really grow when you're that age, but I did. So, I mean, who knows? I think that anything is really possible in terms of our features and in terms of our bodies. I would just kind of believe in yourself, carry yourself taller, and definitely don't put yourself down. Like, one of the things you want to avoid doing is saying, I'm not taller, so I suck. You don't want to do that. You want to say, it would be awesome to be taller, but I'm still going to be the best I can, and I'm going to maybe wear shoes that make me appear taller or clothes that make me appear taller. I'm going to stand up as tall as I possibly can and just feel confident, and who knows what can happen. But again, I did randomly grow an inch. I'm sure I'm not the only person that's ever done that. I think that it probably randomly happens. If you look in like medical journals, there's probably all sorts of random occurrences that they can't explain. And I really think that it comes through thought, and it comes through your belief that it's possible. Because you find like people who are told by doctors they're never going to walk again, and then suddenly they do. Like, how does that happen? How do tumors just randomly go away? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I could do that for myself, but other people have. There have been really medical mysteries, and it is interesting. Weight loss. Weight loss is fun. I am going to start making some weight loss videos, and I am going to start offering weight loss coaching. I do not have it available yet on my order page, but I'm going to do a daily plan where you can get emails from me. I can help develop a menu for you because I think different people work best with different types of diet plans, and I've done so many different ones in my life. I did lose 150 pounds. That was in 2002, and I have kept it off all this time. I did have weight loss surgery as well to remove the excess skin. I never had that bypass surgery. I don't know what that is. I just, where they make your stomach smaller or something like that. I know a lot of people do that when they're really heavy. But I just did it through determination, diet, exercise, and the universe sent me a helper. It was interesting how when you start to do something that happens. But I am going to start offering weight loss programs, even if one of those 5 pounds, 200 pounds, I'm willing to help you. And I am going to start doing meal plans, like what do I eat in a day? Also cooking videos. But again, right now, my kitchen in my home is still under construction. So once it is done, then I can make cooking videos, because right now I can't cook. I have a stove, but I don't have a sink. So there's no way to clean dishes. No, it's coming though. How to get an attractive face. I say you need to maximize whatever parts of your face that you do see attractive. So maybe you like your eyes, maybe you like your cheekbones, maybe you like your teeth. I would try to focus in on something you do like about your face and keep your face clean. Try to take care of your face. I would try to, wear makeup that makes you feel good. If you're a woman, if you're a guy, just obviously, well, I mean, if you want to wear makeup, that's okay. But you don't obviously have to wear makeup. But I think that take care of yourself, believe in yourself, focus on the things that you do like, because there may be a lot that you don't like, but there are some things you do like. When you focus on the positives, you get more of that. And so you want to focus on the things that are working. How to stop codependency. You can't see someone else as your source of joy, as your source of comfort, as your source of, sort of full companionship. Like, you want to be able to be independent, live your life to the fullest. You want to be able to have your own interests. The best way to stop codependency is to break free from the habits that you have that rely on this person for these things, and to know in your heart that you're not going to lose them in the process. Because I think a lot of times codependency happens because you think that if you break free from these things, that this person will vanish from your life, but they absolutely won't. You can be your own person and still have a person with you. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap up for the day because I am out of breath and I have a lot of emails to respond to, and I'm going to have to get lunch at some time, some point too. But I hope you have a lovely day. I am Veronica. You can email me at VeronicaIsles@gmail.com. I am taking questions. This one was just questions on the spot. Sometimes I will answer questions during a video. Tell me what's working, what's not working. I'm happy to have your suggestions. If you're a new person to this channel, please subscribe. I'm hoping to have a ton of new videos, and I love this live streaming because it allows me to get on videos a lot quicker, a lot faster. It does require me to be on the spot live, and it is sometimes intimidating realizing I'm talking to a ton of people around the world. I do have coaching available at VeronicaIsles.com, specific packages for your situation, phone calls, emails, text chats, daily packages. I have books, 5 of them, available on Amazon and my website. I hope you have a beautiful day. Please stream daily. I will try. I'm going to try to, I did buy one of those selfie sticks for my phone. The weather is really crappy right now, though, so I am definitely going to do that while I'm in Ecuador. I'm going to try to do that more often. I will try to stay in contact with you. I hope you have a productive day. I hope you have breakthroughs. I'm wishing you all the best, wishing you love, and thank you for this moment that we could all be together and share. See you later.